Hello, everyone. Assalamu alaikum to all. This is Danish Khalil. Um, as I've announced lately about this live session with Dave, he's from Malaysia, and the purpose of this whole live session is to provide benefits to the community with the collaboration I am going to do with Davidson and his academy, which is KCOM Academy. So this is basically a collaboration of uh, Danish Khalil and Coach DK along with KCOM Academy. So the purpose of this whole exercise, this whole live session, is to give all of you awareness about what actually this will bring to you guys, what sort of benefits you can get, what are the programs to learn, because this is all about learning. And learning is kind of a thing which you should never stop, and nobody could claim that he has learned everything in the world. So Dave has been in the industry for over 25 years. He's a rich experience in trainings, consultation. He already has his book as well on effective communication skills. So Dave is also a business coach and has consulted many different organization industries around the globe, not only in Malaysia, but across Malaysia and different parts of the world as well. He's a certified culture consultant with Directive Communication International, is also working with different collaborations and under different collaborations for different programs as well. So myself is Danish Khalil, and I am also internationally certified with Directive Communication International. We both did the certifications together on directive communication methodologies, culture change, and gamification processes. So the purpose of bringing up this collaboration is to let everybody understand what we both can do together, and what KCOM Academy has been doing since over the years in Malaysia and also in different parts of the world. But in Pakistan, we don't have much of such organizations or training institutes, or you can say, I would say, grooming institutes, which can actually groom a person, or which can actually groom an organization, or which can actually train people how to run an organization, how to run a team, how to lead an exemplary organizational culture, how to bring a right change in the organization, how to actually set the right KPIs for your team, how to actually lead in the right way. So there are so many things which one can learn from different programs, which KCOM Academy and Coach DK can offer to you. So the purpose is to make you understand what we already have given to the community so far. What are our programs? What are the benefits? Who can join those programs? And and before that, I would like Dave to give a little introduction. I would say a brief introduction about himself, his experience, what he has offered, what he can offer, what are his methodologies, and a little bit about your book as well, Dave, that you have written. And it's been an amazing book. It's you already had a great audience as well for your book, which you have launched, I think, a year back. So over to you, Dave.
Thank you so much, Coach DK. Okay, so first time I'm hearing that name. I probably have seen it in your social media because I've always
Yeah.
known you as Danish and I've called you Danish. So thank you and welcome everyone. All right, so as Danish has mentioned, our purpose today is to uh, explain a little bit more on the collaboration and what we can do for the community there in Pakistan. So let's perhaps begin with just a short introduction, so you know who I am, the company that I represent, and the offer that we like to place on the table, so to speak, so that you understand what is needed to be a successful entrepreneur or business person, or if you're an employee, how to be a better employee or to run a business. Basically, everything to do at the workplace, starting from the passion to the culture to the skills that one needs at the workplace. So, my name is Davidson Abishegham, and in the business community, I'm called Dave. So it's a simple word, simple name to refer to. And I have been a trainer for the past now going 27 years. How time flies. It's been that long already. And
Amazing.
over this 20 over years that I've been a trainer, it was not just training other people and imparting knowledge, but it was also a process where I was constantly learning, improving myself, and transferring that knowledge to others as I go along. So many years ago, I founded a company called KCOM Academy. We are here based in Kuala Lumpur, and we do trainings not just for the for Malaysians, but for countries surrounding where we are from, which is basically Southeast Asia. It could be Brunei, Singapore, Thailand, and the countries around us. But we are also a company that wants to go global to the Middle East and to basically global, far and wide. And with what we are going to talk about today, you will see why every company, every business person needs this. It's not just training, or it's not just knowledge, or even skill for that matter, but it's understanding that whole process and why we need to take the right first step before we can be successful. So after forming KCOM Academy and heading this company as the CEO, I have held many, many, many titles. I've been a trainer, I've been a coach, I've been a facilitator, and an author as well. But today, my title is a culture transformation specialist. And in a bit, I will tell you what that means and why this is my passion, something that I want to take forward, because it stemmed from a realization that companies need to do this first. Companies need to understand that culture is kind of like the base, the foundation of everything they do. Now, once you have that realization, then everything that you do builds on this culture.
True.
Okay, so for the past 27 years, I've trained over 1,000 companies of all industries and sorts, from government to MNCs to SMEs, corporates, large corporations. And in 2019, actually, Danish, wasn't last year. So it's already been like 3 years now, since 2019, going 4 years, where I wrote and published my first book titled Eight Vital Skills. This is how the book looks like. It's called Eight Vital Skills to Succeed at the Workplace. I'll just briefly tell you about this book and why it's titled Eight Vital Skills to Succeed at the Workplace. Now, as a trainer, I've been doing public programs, I've been going into organizations, and I've noticed the way people work from the lowest level right up to even the CEO and the top management. Now, what I've noticed is that while many of them were skilled in many areas, it was difficult to find one person who was skilled in all the much needed areas or skills. And then I asked myself, how can I get all these people to know this and learn these skills? And I started using that, and started imparting this knowledge into all my trainings. But then I thought, hey, this is way too slow, teaching 20 or 30 people at one go, at one time. And that is when I decided, let me write a book. Because once this book goes out in the masses, more people can understand what are the 8 skills that they need to succeed at the workplace. Now, they may sound like they're basic skills like customer service, leadership, communication, emotional intelligence. But the way I've laid it out in the book, if they follow the steps, follow the skills the way they should know them and apply them, they can succeed at the workplace. So that's just a little bit about me, and also the book I've written, and I'll tell you a little bit about KCOM Academy and its activities in a short while. Over to you, Danish.
All right. So देव बेसिकली मलेशिया से इनका ताल्लुक है और ये काफ़ी अरसे से इस फील्ड के अंदर हैं, और हम ये बात बहुत अच्छे तरीके से जानते हैं कि पाकिस्तान जैसे मुल्क के अंदर ऑथेंटिक नॉलेज देना इंडस्ट्री एक्सपर्ट्स के साथ जिनका प्रूवन बैकग्राउंड हो, प्रूवन एक्सपीरियंस हो, जो 20-25 साल से एक इंडस्ट्री में काम कर रहे हो। आपने टेक्निकल नॉलेज तो हासिल कर ली है, लेकिन अगर आपके अंदर टीम को चलाने की स्किल नहीं है, अगर आपको ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को रन करने की स्किल नहीं है, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का कल्चर बिल्ड करने की स्किल नहीं है, एम्प्लॉइज को रिटेन करना, एम्प्लॉइज की प्रोडक्टिविटी बढ़ाना, इन सब चीजों का ताल्लुक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की प्रोडक्टिविटी के साथ होता है। अगर आपका एम्प्लॉय प्रोडक्टिव नहीं है तो इट कैन कॉस्ट यू मिलियंस एंड बिलियंस ऑफ डॉलर्स. If your employee is not productive, if your employee is not giving his fully best, there is a term these days very common which is called quiet quitting. Everybody's talking about these days about quiet quitting. Everywhere people are talking about quiet quitting. So this alone, quiet quitting, can cost you millions and billions of dollars to your organization. If your employee is not fully satisfied with what he or she is doing, then definitely he or she will gonna cost you so much of money, so much of productivity loss, and a lot of other issues, plus retention problems as well in the organization. Your company, your organization won't be as credible as it used to be. People will not try to apply at your organization because the people are quitting so quickly. They are leaving your organization very often. They tend to stay pretty less. They tend to go beyond their own capacity. They tend to go extra mile. They don't want to go extra mile for your company. That's where the productivity things hit, and your organization really got backfired with what they were doing. So if you ignore your employees, if you ignore what they are being dissatisfied with, if they are not being treated well, if they are not being managed properly, if they are not being rewarded the way they used to, the way they deserve, actually, the way they are contributing to their capacity, then obviously it will be a disaster for the company and for all the organizations. So for that, ये चीज करने के लिए आपको डिफरेंट स्किल्स चाहिए, डिफरेंट टूल्स का इस्तेमाल करना है, डिफरेंट मेथडोलॉजीज को समझना है, जो कि इंडस्ट्री में प्रूवन है, जो कि बड़ी बड़ी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में इंप्लीमेंट की जा चुकी है, बड़ी बड़ी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के साथ काम करके उस चीज को बेहतर किया गया है. तो ये सारी चीजें आपके लिए हेल्पफुल होती हैं. इसमें कोई एक सिंगल कोर्स या कोई सिंगल एक प्रोग्राम या कोई सिंगल अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं है, बल्कि देयर आर टन्स ऑफ थिंग्स व्हिच यू नीड टू डू टू मेक योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रियली वेल. सिर्फ पैसा कमा लेना, सेल्स जनरेट कर लेना, प्रॉफिट बना लेना, बड़ा नंबर हासिल कर लेना, नंबर 1 नंबर 2 बन जाना, या बहुत जबरदस्त तरीके से कंपनी में मल्टीपल ऑफिसेस बना लेना, मल्टीनेशनल हो जाना, ये इनफ नहीं है. अगर आपका एम्प्लॉय सेटिस्फाई नहीं है, अगर आपकी कंपनी में रिटेंशन रेट अच्छा नहीं है, लोग आपकी कंपनी के बारे में बाहर अच्छी बात नहीं कर रहे, then it's a disaster for you in the long run. If your leadership is not good, if your leadership is not honest with you, if the leadership has a biased culture, then or you can say blame culture, then obviously your organization will struggle a lot. So in order to make your organization leadership enriched, you need to go through different steps to implement. You need to do a lot of things. You need to put up a lot of steps to go through it, to assess your organization, scan what is going on in the organization. You need to interview people. You need to interview the managers. You need to do maybe focus groups with cross-functional teams, that what's going on, what are the reasons for conflict, why are you not talking to each other. So you need to identify those gaps, and then using those gaps, you need to build up a report or an analysis, then how you can fix these things. You need to use different tools, different softwares to make this work out. You need to increase the productivity. You need to increase the team synergy, different teams. You need to put together, you need to sit them together, you need to talk to them, and then you need to bring it about in the company. And then you need to work in the company as a culture consultant in order to improve the culture, to make it from blame culture to make it a leadership enriched culture where everybody thrive and everybody work for the benefit of organization. But that can only be possible when organization is taking care of you. जब organization आपकी परवाह करेगी तो employee आपकी परवाह करेगा. अगर आपकी organization आपके बारे में नहीं सोच रही तो employee आपके बारे में नहीं सोचेगा, वो extra mile नहीं जाएगा, वो आपके लिए खड़ा नहीं होगा, वो आपके लिए मुश्किल वक्त में खड़ा नहीं होगा, वो आपके लिए कुछ करने की कोशिश नहीं करेगा. They won't put any efforts, you know. So this is really important to build certain kind of a culture which is important for you to develop. So Dave has a rich experience not only in culture change and how he can actually work with your organization to change the culture of your organization, but also he has a rich experience in building up many other programs, which he even gonna share in a while. One of the program is about virtual learning, VLC program. ये प्रोग्राम क्या करता है, इसका क्या काम है? VLC प्रोग्राम ने वो, अब हम समझते हैं कि हम पेंडेमिक में, कोविड के दिनों में हमने ये देखा कि बच्चे भी जो है वो ऑनलाइन क्लासेस ले रहे हैं, स्कूल, कॉलेजेस, यूनिवर्सिटी सब ऑनलाइन हो चुका है. एवरीबॉडी इज यूजिंग जूम. जब आप जूम इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं तो आप एज अ यूजर इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, लेकिन जब आप एज एन ऑर्गेनाइजर स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं या इस मीटिंग को रन कर रहे हैं, बड़ी बड़ी मीटिंग्स रन हो रही हैं, बड़े बड़े कॉन्फ्रेंसेज रन हो रही हैं, बड़े बड़े ऑनलाइन सेशंस रन हो रहे हैं, तो उसको इफेक्टिवली इस्तेमाल कैसे किया जाए? क्योंकि जूम सिर्फ एक अकेला टूल नहीं है, इसके अलावा भी बहुत सारे टूल्स हैं जिनको इफेक्टिवली इस्तेमाल करना हमें नहीं आता है. लोग समझते हैं कि जूम को, गूगल मीट को और बाकी टूल्स को बड़ा अच्छे तरीके से वो इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. सो VLC की एक प्रॉपर ट्रेनिंग है जो कि उन तमाम लोगों के लिए है जो ऑनलाइन टीचिंग करते हैं, ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग्स देते हैं, ऑनलाइन कोचिंग करते हैं, ऑनलाइन मेंटोरशिप करते हैं. उन तमाम लोगों के लिए जो अपना ऑनलाइन प्रोग्राम्स बिल्ड करना चाहते हैं, उन सब के लिए एक बहुत जबरदस्त सर्टिफिकेशन प्रोग्राम है जो कि डेव इन कोलैबोरेशन कराते रहे हैं मलेशिया के अंदर भी, और बहुत सारे लोगों को इन्होंने वो प्रोग्राम कराया है, नॉट ओनली इन मलेशिया बट इन अदर पार्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. दूसरे दुनिया के मुल्कों से भी लोगों ने उसको ज्वाइन किया है. सो उस प्रोग्राम को हम पाकिस्तान में इंट्रोड्यूस करना चाहते हैं. VLC के नाम से वो प्रोग्राम है. इट विल बी not too expensive, it will not be so much costly for you guys, because we do understand that where we are marketing it towards, because पाकिस्तानी मार्केट में एक तो उसकी इम्पोर्टेंस बनाना बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है कि लोग उस चीज की वर्थ और वैल्यू को समझेंगे, ये इतना क्यों कॉस्ट कर रहा है, इसके पीछे क्या रीजन है. प्लस उस प्रोग्राम को दो तरह से लॉन्च किया जाएगा, एक विद सर्टिफिकेशन होगा और एक विदाउट सर्टिफिकेशन होगा. और वो प्रोग्राम का स्पेसिफिक मकसद ये होगा, अभी डेव उसको मजीद बेहतर तौर पे एक्सप्लेन करेंगे. उसका मकसद ये होगा कि आप वर्चुअल जो लर्निंग के टूल्स हैं उनको इफेक्टिवली कैसे बेहतरीन तरीके से इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. ये एक प्रैक्टिकल मेथोडोलॉजी वाला कोर्स है जिसके अंदर प्रैक्टिकल एक्सरसाइजेज होंगी, असेसमेंट्स होंगी, और आपको बहुत जबरदस्त तरीके से इसके अंदर तमाम चीजों को एक्सप्लेन किया जाएगा. और जूम का इस्तेमाल आप देखेंगे कि जूम को इस्तेमाल करने के तरीके हैं क्या. हम जूम को इस्तेमाल करना भी ठीक से नहीं जानते, गूगल मीट को ठीक से इस्तेमाल करना नहीं जानते, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट टीम्स, MS टीम्स एक सॉफ्टवेयर है जिसको हम अच्छे से इस्तेमाल करना नहीं जानते. सो और भी बहुत सारे इफेक्टिव टूल्स हैं जो टीचिंग के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से, कोचिंग के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से, हर लिहाज से, जैसे भी आप कोचिंग, टीचिंग, ऑनलाइन मेंटोरिंग करते हैं, किसी भी तरीके से ऑनलाइन स्पीकिंग करते हैं, कोई भी सेशन रन करते हैं, ऑनलाइन मीटिंग्स रन करते हैं, स्क्रम मास्टर एक बड़ी जबरदस्त जॉब होती है जो कि दुनिया में की जाती है. तो मीटिंग्स को रन करना और मीटिंग्स को लेकर चलना, इट्स नॉट समथिंग जो कि आप समझते हैं कि बड़ी आसानी से चीजें की जा सकती हैं. तो ट्रेनिंग, कोचिंग, लीडिंग द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, इसके अंदर स्क्रम की इंप्लीमेंटेशन होती है. स्क्रम मास्टर की जो जॉब होती है वो स्ट्रीमलाइन करना होता है प्रोसेसेस को, टीम मेंबर्स को अलाइन करना होता है, और उसके लिए जूम का इस्तेमाल बहुत जबरदस्त तरीके से इफेक्टिवली किया जाता है. तो मैं चाहूंगा कि आई वुड लाइक नाउ डेव टू एक्सप्लेन अबाउट few of the programs which KCOM Academy is offering, and also I would like you to explain briefly about the VLC program for the Pakistani market and how it can benefit them. So briefly we can obviously have an overview about the program, that how the community can get benefit from the program, and who should be a part of it, and what are the outcome and the benefits of the program. So the people should understand that after doing this XYZ program, this will be the benefit for me, then I can do it XYZ things after that.
All right. Thanks, Danish. Now, KCOM Academy itself was set up for to be a training arm, a training company, and also coaching and consulting. And we've been doing that for a long time, especially in areas of leadership and soft skills. However, during the pandemic, sometime in the year 2020, early 2020, we noticed that from students to university students and classes and schools and trainings and even coaching, everyone had to move online. However, the effectiveness of moving online was not the same for all these teachers and even managers in companies. I mean, everybody knows how to turn on Zoom and start a meeting. That's easy. Whether it's MS Teams or Google Meet or any online platform, it's simple to turn it on and turn on your video and be there. But the concern here is how effective you are online. So that's why we introduced the program called VLC, which stands for Virtual Learn Caster. So it's, of course, a trademark program. And the purpose of this program is to teach not just educators, but practically anybody who wants to do any work online. It can be teaching, coaching, running a music class, or doing insurance, or just managing, working from home, collaborating with your team, or if you're a school teacher or any kind of educator. As long as you're going online, you need to be effective. Effective in how you appear, how you sound, your video quality, your sound quality, how you present. What are the engagement tools you can utilize? The different tools online, not just the whiteboard. Even tools we have, a higher grade tools. We have no expensive tools you have to buy and purchase and subscribe. And then you have the middle ones as well. But we will also show you how you can use tools where you either don't have to pay or you can just use props, physical props, and we will teach you how to use them effectively. So basically, this is your virtual space. So everything to do with your environment, your sound, your camera, your video, your settings, and everything to do with engagement. How do you do it effectively so that transfer of knowledge can happen even online? Now, I've clocked, I don't know, maybe over 3,000 hours online teaching during the pandemic. And one thing I have realized, that the only thing that is missing when you go virtual is the fact that there's no human connection in terms of touch and smell. Yeah. But otherwise, everything you do online can be as effective as face-to-face, if not more effective. So the VLC is one of the few programs we are hoping to bring to Pakistan very, very soon. And it'll be the first of many programs, very unique programs that is transformational, that is effective, that is proven to work, as long as you apply what we show you in the way that you're supposed to apply them. And so the VLC will be something that's going to be coming up very soon. And as Danish mentioned a while ago, the other programs we want to bring in is on the culture transformation and leadership. Because to us, running a company starts with the leadership and the understanding of one's culture, the corporate culture. Until and unless the culture changes, every training that you conduct for your people will become ineffective. I know that's a very, very bold statement, a very, very strong statement. But again, we are saying this because of the proof that we have seen. Many companies, I'll give you a quick example. Many companies go for team building and communications, and they spend so much of money for hotels and books and travel and whatnot. And when they go for 2 days or 3 days, they spend all this money. When they come back after a few weeks, everything is forgotten. Everything goes back to status quo. Everything goes back to normal, to how it always was. And the reason we have identified this is because of the culture. The culture of the masses in your organization is going to determine how things are done. Whether it's the skills or the attitude, it's going to be governed by the masses in your company. So once you realize that it's the culture that's driving your company down or up, then you will understand that culture is what you need to look at first. And once that is fixed, now you start training your employees and the people you work with towards the success that you want. So yes, we will be bringing many programs to Pakistan, and these programs will be, of course, done face to face. Danish and his crew will be managing and the logistics and letting you know all the other details very soon. However, once we come there and do this face to face, some of you might opt to want to do this for your company, and we can talk and discuss how we can customize these programs further to be relevant to your industry, to your business. And once you attend these public programs, you will get an idea of what needs to be done in that sense as well. So yes, we're going to have many programs on these skills, on this leadership, on the VLC that we talked about. We'll probably start with the VLC, right? And this will be some of the transformational programs that we have to offer for the community there.
All right. So Dave has explained this quite briefly. और मैं यही चाहता था कि हम एक तो बेसिकली इस चीज को एक शॉर्ट सेशन के थ्रू एक्सप्लेन कर दें कि हम क्या क्या ऑफर कर सकते हैं, क्या क्या ऑफर करने जा रहे हैं, और ऑब्वियसली कंपनीज को, ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को, और साथ साथ मैनेजर्स, लीडर्स जो होते हैं, कंपनी के लीड्स होते हैं, सुपरवाइजर्स होते हैं, इवन जेनेटोरियल स्टाफ को भी ज़रूरत होती है कि अप लेवल पे जाने के लिए उसको क्या क्या चीज़ें करनी चाहिए और क्या क्या अप्रोचेस होनी चाहिए. ज़िंदगी भर तो उसने जेनेटोरियल स्टाफ बने नहीं रहना है. उसने अपनी ड्यूटीज़ को ज़िंदगी भर ऑफिस बॉय के तौर पे, टी बॉय के तौर पे तो नहीं ट्रीट करना है. उसने ज़िंदगी में आगे बढ़ना है. बहुत से ऐसे केसेस रहे हैं दुनिया के अंदर, इवन पाकिस्तान के अंदर भी, कि एक बंदे ने ज्वाइन किया एज अ टी बॉय, एज एन ऑफिस बॉय, और उसने अपने आप को आहिस्ता आहिस्ता ग्रो करके कंपनी में मैनेजर बना लिया, लीडरशिप पोजीशन पे चला गया और बड़ी पोजीशंस पे चला गया. तो ये तो एक रहा है, मतलब इस तो इंसान के ऊपर एक ट्रांसफॉर्मेशनल जर्नी है जो इंसान अपनी अपनी कर सकता है. मैं ये समझता हूँ कि इंसान को कभी भी अपनी लर्निंग नहीं रोकनी चाहिए और अपने आप को हमेशा ग्रूम करते रहना चाहिए, मेहनत करते रहनी चाहिए. एक और प्रोग्राम के बारे में मैं डिस्कस करना चाहूँगा जिस पे मैं अभी पर्सनली काम कर रहा हूँ, बट मुझे थोड़ा उसमें टाइम लगेगा उस प्रोग्राम को इंट्रोड्यूस करने में, क्योंकि उसमें मैं ब्लेंड करूँगा डिफरेंट मेथोडोलॉजीज को. So Dave, I'm also thinking to bring up a program, but it will take some time, obviously, maybe a couple of months, because I'm working on it and researching it quite a bit now. And it will be about resilience, to make people resilient in their personal lives and also in their professional lives as well. So it's a very, very, very important trait, a personality trait one should have. And how to become resilient and what are the situations. We will discuss live scenarios. We'll bring people who actually have practiced and implemented resilience in their personal and professional lives, and will bring up the cases in front of the people who will understand that how one can become resilient. So this is a trait which is somehow inherent and quite in your genes as well, but it is something which can be trained, coached and mentored really well, and which can really transform a one person to something really amazing and really much of great strength and resilience. So he or she can face any sort of calamity or any sort of shortcomings in their respective lives. So resilience is kind of a course which I'm going to bring probably in the couple of months in time. But the first program that we will gonna bring for Pakistani community is about VLC, Virtual Lancaster, and the program would definitely be beneficial for all sort of people. But we'll explain further going forward about the program and its details, its outline, cost, and everything. Will it be a face to face? Will it be an online program via Zoom? So we'll explain you guys everything about the program. But the purpose is that the best thing is that we are bringing this again, this collaboration for the community benefits. The title of this live session is Collaboration for Community Benefits. This is just an introduction that what we are going to bring, and this is just a beginning of what we can bring out for you guys in terms of many different capacities in the coming months and in coming days, definitely. So I don't think so we have people here who have questions. There are a couple of people who said I have a question, but he didn't ask any question till yet. So I'm not sure if we have any questions yet. Dave, if you would like to give any conclusive remarks or conclusive
Yeah.
I would say end note for this live session, so we can conclude the live session and then we can call it off.
Yeah. Me and my team here, we are very excited to collaborate with Coach DK and his team, and to bring us over in Pakistan, because here at KCOM we have a passion for learning and development, and what we have discovered and in terms of the transformation is something we definitely want to share with everyone. As I mentioned earlier, not only is it transformational, but it's also proven. So when we say proven, we say it has what we call visible results that you can see, and that that is tangible. So once you see these results, then you know that whatever you have implemented works. So we are truly excited to come over. And VLC, by the way, will be 100% online, because it's an online program. So the only way to learn it is to learn it online. But all other programs, in terms of the culture and the leadership transformation, that will be face to face live in Pakistan. So I'm very excited and hope to meet all of you soon.
All right, then. Thank you, Dave, for your time. It's too late in Malaysia. It's almost midnight.
Oh, it's past 1 a.m.
Past one. So thank you. Thanks a lot for your time, and thanks for bringing up this for our community and for our people in Pakistan. And I know you have a very tough schedule. You have a very, very busy routine. So I'm very thankful to you for coming up live at this late uh, in Malaysia. So, all right, we'll bring up this now, and we'll take it forward from here. And hopefully, to start this first of our program, and we'll try to uh, communicate and we'll try to teach people that how exactly this program is going to benefit. So they need a bit more clarity about the program, so we need to keep them a little bit more engaged with try to teach them how this program is going to work. And we need to then do it accordingly, because the audience needs to be aware of obviously that what this program is all about, why should we do it, who should we do it, what are the benefits and outcomes. And then at the end of the day, the most important part is the cost of the program. So cost is actually the where everybody would try to think over it and then see whether it would be beneficial and would be enough, would add enough value to the current portfolio, that they should feel the importance, the need of the program, that they should do it in order to enhance their skills. And obviously this is simply a program that can add up to your skills, and it will be really beneficial for all of you who can get get part of it, do be a part of it. So, all right, thanks everyone for listening, watching, and trying to be active, because it's still a working day in Pakistan, and everybody is, is all right. There is a question here from Bilal Arain, so let's take one question. Bilal Arain is asking how to manage our time for work, time management, and I think I would say work-life balance as well.
Yeah. So when we're talking about managing our time, so the first thing is we talk about our planning and our discipline and our effective utilization of time. And in order to do that effectively, there's of course certain tools that you need to apply and certain strategies that you need to apply. Of course, if I go on talking about that, that will be very, very long. But yes, these are the things you need to understand. Things like the urgent, important metrics, you know, basically scheduling your time, and most importantly, just being disciplined as well. And once you're disciplined in your time, then you know what needs to be done, where and when and how. So priorities, for example. So once you are able to plan and understand your priorities, then you'll be able to automatically manage your time more effectively. Thanks for
Excellent.
the question, Bill.
Perfect answer, Dave. I think one can't get enough agree with this, because this is not something which can be taught, but this can be taught as well as it needs to be practiced well. Without practice, obviously, one cannot be effective with the time management thing. It's a problem for everyone, especially in our part of the world, since we are one of the top in the procrastination list. So this is something, because we tend to do things at 11th hour, not on 11th, but even at 12th hour as well. So this is something which we need to learn, and this is how and this leads to the work life balance as well, which is a really important topic as well, because in COVID days, in the remote working, work life balance was a major issue, and people are still facing it. Whoever is working remotely, they do face the work life balance issues, and this is something really needs to be managed well. Otherwise, it can lead to relationship problems, it can lead to health issues, it can lead to mental health issues, and many other things. So this really needs to be managed very well. All right, guys, thank you everybody, thank you, Dave. I'm very thankful to you. Let's connect soon and bring about more knowledgeable content, and some dedicated programs as well for the Pakistani community from going forward now. Have a good day. Take care. Good night. Have a sound sleep.
Right, everyone. See you. Bye,
See you.
Danish.
Bye.